Introduce myself a little bit. I'm Sergio Hique. Thank you for your introduction, Charles. I consider myself your profit partner with a spiritual vision. And a little bit about me is I have been, as you, Charles, mentioned, I have been working a lot of years, 30 years in a multinational company, Swedish multinational company. I have 25 years of managing director and the last 10 as president of the group, first in South Europe and secondly here for India, Middle East and Africa. I have been an entrepreneur since the 8 years old. That's the first time or the time that I remember that I started an entrepreneurship, let's say, journey. That I continue during my stay in Alfa Laval and I continue today in my actually new company that I just founded. But during my career, I experienced something and I started to go a little bit into a spiritual side. I started to learn and get instructed about ancient philosophies like the Buddhism. And there I found 3 pillars of human suffering. And these 3 pillars of human suffering, I started to try to identify what was happening inside of company processes and on people, okay, in humans. And these 3 pillars that I use to identify these problems are attachment, it is anger, and it is ignorance, okay? But this is not enough. And what I discovered during specifically in the last 10 years where we have super good, let's say, successful experiences running companies, is that by observing this, we were needing a new way of leadership, a new kind of leadership that is able to run, let's say, these changes when we find the hindrance inside of the companies and in the groups and in the teams. I will not go through all this list because there are 10 key areas where a transformational leader has to work, and it is a moving from a transactional leadership to a transformational leadership style, that it is absolutely necessary. During today, we will talk a little bit about this. We will talk a little bit about mindset, we will talk a little bit about technology. I will show you one example. We will talk about listening, about relationship and collaboration, and a lot about creativity. So let's go into it. And I think that we can say why this is super important in today's world. It was important before, of course, but I think that I'm not telling you anything new if I'm telling you that this world, it is more and more volatile. You are with handling money, so you know how the markets are going, ups and downs, more often, every shorter times where the markets become super volatile. If you follow, let's say the VIX, for example, index, you see it that if you see it in 10, 15 years, you see how is a volatile index, you see how much times it is coming as a disruption in the market, faster and faster and faster. It is a more uncertain. We have wars everywhere popping up like mushrooms, and not only the traditional wars, now we have commercial wars, that it is a new scenario for us, a new scenario for all of you, because this will have a tremendous impact in collection, in credits, etc. When we are talking about complexity, we are talking about AI, we are talking about robotics, robot process automation. Is it hard to absorb all this digitalization movement in your jobs, in your way of working? I believe it is. I mean, we don't finish to learn something that we have to learn something else, something new, right? So, and ambiguity. We want to become a more climate concern, climate change, protect the environment, but on the other side we have the cost issues for the companies, okay? So this complexity that we are having in the world today, it is backing up, and that's why you need to require to develop much more as you can the transformational leadership skills, okay? So let's go now for what is happening here? Okay? For the first, let's say, of the pillars. And it was related to what the exercise we have done. It is attachment. What is attachment? Attachment, it is the way for me to restrain, to be open. It is attached to control, it is attached to KPIs, it is attached to the numbers, the figures that I have, and you show a very beautiful presentation with a lot of numbers, right? A lot of numbers. How many KPIs you are managing? But the question mark, it is then, how much time are you dedicating to increase the relationship with your customers? I would like to tell you a little bit of a story after this, because 55, Atradius, no? Where is the guys of Atradius here? Atradius, exactly. So this information is coming from you. 55% of the B2B invoices in the US are overdue. Sounds to you this number is correct? I took it from you. 25% of the bankruptcies in Europe are considered that the reason because of that is because of invoice not paid. Here in this country, in UAE, 60% of the invoices are overdue, and you are all saying yes, it is true. You are facing that, right? It is true. So any one of you have problems on overdues? Raise your hand. One. Only? I think you are not telling me the truth, right? Okay. I have never met a company that doesn't have any overdue problems in this country, but okay. And moreover, 8% of these 60% of overdues are considered that will be not collectible. Okay, so what a problem that we have. So how to solve that problem? And the framework, the control framework that you presented before, it is perfect framework. I don't have anything against that, and it is necessary and it is needed. But I would like to give you a little bit of another example where I personally experience the fact that relationship and true relationship, it is a very big positive thing to do. The story it is, one day I became managing director in one country of Latin America. I arrived there, and I can tell you, the CFOs, credit managers were my best partner. Why? Because I wanted to deliver profit in this company. So what best partner I can have, it is the CFO. This company I arrived, and there was a big problem on overdues, big problem. But one case, 5 million euros of this one single customer was not paying since 5 months. I said, what is happening here? So we make a study, an analysis on the case, and we realized that the only type of communication that we had with that customer was only digital. It was emails, messages, Teams messages, WhatsApp, etc., letters, claim letters. And I said, but who talked to the customer? We realized that our way of approaching the customer was out totally, completely from a truly relationship type of connection with them. So this CFO did a training on talking, on truly connectivity with the people. He went to see the customer. In 10 days, he got paid. So he ran this program on helping their team to increase their connections, to have truly conversations with customers. They started to visit the customers even when they didn't have overdues, and the total overdue over 12 months reduced by 50%. But this is just one case. That it tells you that if you get getting closer, eyes to eyes, looking to the customer and understanding their hindrance, you will be able to get much more payments than what you get today, only with the utilization of digital means. There is another example. It is not me. It is Marriott. Marriott also, they have trained their collectors. Okay, they have trained their collectors, the credit people, in order to improve their relationship with the customers. They increased 15% their credit, let's say, index, and also they reduced 20% on the collection days. It is about people. We will have a lot of technologies, and more are coming, the human relationship and the interconnection between me and my customer, it is becoming more and more important. Another case, do you know the company train? Who knows the company train? You know, in the UK, very famous. They do HVAC equipments, a very multinational company. They run and they prepare something that goes the purple teams. They teach their teams into how to increase their dialogue, how to talk better, how to make good questions to customers. They went out and meet the customers, and they had super good result that it is reported by them by overdue reduction and velocity on the collection. Of course, the morale of the teams also was fundamental there. Sounds this to you? Sounds this to you? Yes? Yes? How many customers you have now in the next 48 hours in your calendar that you are going to talk to them? Show me. How many? So many?
I've got 7 or 8 here, Sergio, so I'm good.
You're good, yeah. So, you know, what I want to try to influence you is that this will not happen unless you practice your transformational leadership. How you're going to practice your transformational leadership if you go out from this meeting from today and you start to point out the customers' names that you want to call tomorrow and to say, hey, how are you doing? And to make your truly relationship, your truly human connection. Don't forget about that. It is paying off. Big companies are saying that it is paying off, and it goes countermeasure of all the AI things, and that I'm going to talk about AI, but I want to stress you in this element here. Is it okay? Are we okay with this? Do you believe or no? Yes? Okay, very good, very good. Yeah. So, this I like this one very much. Any one of you ever have been under stress? Please raise a hand. Twice. Twice hands, eh? Very good. This is a very relaxed company here, eh? Never stress. Eh? Never stress. Okay, very good. Have you, guys? Big time, huh? Big time. Okay.
I'm stressed with the AV equipment.
Yeah, but you manage it beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. A star, actually. Going there, etc. But guys, I will ask you again. Have you ever suffered of stress? Please raise a hand. Okay, now we are creating a truly relationship between you. I mean, now I like it. But listen, one thing, have you, and now I will see a few hands, hopefully, have you ever been hospitalized because of stress? One. Usually it happens like this, because when that happens, it happens to me as well, we don't want to say. It is like a taboo thing. But I promise you that, like you, like me, there are much more people. Anyone more hospitalized? So, yeah, so that means that credit managers and CFOs here in this region are very relaxed, okay? And I'm happy with that. So there is no problems out there. Those 60% of invoices that are not paid is not you guys. But let me tell you something, and we will go into anger, okay? That it is the second one. Anger is a great source of stress. Okay, anger that I do not accept what it is happening. I do not want to go into that direction. My customers are not paying. My colleagues are not doing the job that I want to do. I have all this list that Chris show of problems in my invoices, and I don't get paid. Anger, anger, anger. I'm collecting this anger inside. I tell you, there is one example of Deloitte that it is saying today that 77% of you guys, CFOs, financial managers are very worried with the situation that it is today. I have talked with many CFOs that they are saying, I don't know what will happen in 6 months' time. The uncertainty that we have, it is so big. And the Deloitte, let's say, survey continue and arrive to the conclusion that there is also 36% of them that they are showing signs of burnout. Do you know what burnout is? Burnout, it is when we finalize in the hospital, okay? Yes. There is one case of one CFO that I had in one of the companies that I had the privilege to manage. When I arrived to this company, this guy was workaholic, very workaholic. And he had a very big problem. He had a heart attack in the office. He was the one coming earlier, the one going back home later, a lot of problems, a lot of anger, a lot of building inside of himself. Unfortunately, fortunately the CFO survived, he didn't have a problem, but the recommendation from the doctors was, don't do that job anymore. So we found out for him a new location, a new place where it was a little bit more calm. So for you, I believe that all of us, we are under stress in a certain way, but what I want to, I'm not going to talk, let's say, deeply on stress, but I want to leave you this tool for you to think. There are 3 basic elements that you have to take a look in order to continue into your transformational leadership. This is to protect yourself, okay, and to protect the people that it is around. The first thing is eat well, sleep well, okay, and get good sleep. 6-7 hours minimum, okay, 6-7 hours minimum. The second thing, but I guess that you are all doing that, no? For example, you are all doing 1 hour exercise a day, right? Yeah. Now the truly conversation between you and me, it is going a little bit down, right? And I guess that you are all sleeping 7-8 hours. More or less. Okay. And you are all eating healthy food. Oh yes, very good. I truly believe you. Yeah. The second part, it is, in order for you to look into your stress level, it is to start to work a little bit on recovery. I know you guys, when you are in the closing of the month, that you work like maniacs. You work a lot. Is that true or no? Closing of the month, first 2-3 days of the month, is a disaster for you, right? Okay, don't continue with the same speed when you finish. Recover. Take your time to recover. We all need to have a little bit of recovery. The other element, it is set your boundaries. You as a transformational leader, you have to set the boundaries for you and for the people that it is working for you and for your principals and your bosses. It is not possible to do everything 24 hours a day. And then start with the mindset, the positive mindset. Don't look into the anger, etc. Next step, it is start to meditate. How many of you are meditating? Raise the hand. Aha. Very little, huh? Very little. I can tell you that a transformational leader has to work a lot on the meditation. A lot. Why? Because when I'm meditating, I'm creating the space for, first of all, for business, for reducing my anger, for listening to my body, for mobilizing the nervous system in order that my creativity and innovation starts to open. Take a look. We have been running mindfulness training and meditations training in majority of the companies that I have guided, and I can tell you that these companies, people, stress and levels and well-being level reduced dramatically, and those companies had a disruptive growth after 2, 3, 4 years. So take a look into that. So meditation, it is fundamental, connection and mindfulness, okay? So, last pillar for you to look into your transformational leadership journey and in the way you are doing the things. And it is about ignorance. And I don't want to be offensive with the ignorance because it is not related of something that you don't know. But let's take ignorance a little bit more as a challenge for us to change. Okay? We see that things are okay as they are. My KPIs are okay. My overdues, it is 7-8%. It's okay. Management is happy. I don't need to do much more. Okay? But this resistance to change also affects you in your career development, because it makes that many of you are, one question I would like to make you, because this is nice to interact with you. How many of you are in credit management, collection, works since 5 years? Since 5 years, okay? Quite many. Since 10 years? Even more. Since 15 years? So let's say that average you are 10 years working in the same place, right? Okay. I think that you have to observe if this is the right way. If you want to progress in a company, in a corporation, it is better to also navigate inside of the company's roles and positions. And you know what it happens? You are very good in what you're doing. And me, as a managing director, not transformational, not mindful, I want you to stay there because you are doing a fantastic job. And you know what happens? You believe that you are doing a fantastic job, and now I'm in my comfort zone. Is this correct or no? It's right, huh? It's right. So guys, we have to move. I moved for 4 different continents. In 10 years, I changed 4 companies inside of the same multinational group. Different positions, regional, global, local. So move with the flow. And ignorance is a little bit about that, okay? So one thing that it is interesting also for you to know, and I think that participating in these type of things are very, very good, because you are coming back home, let's say back to the office with new ideas, with new things. But one of the important things is that we are all innovative persons. Did you know that we are all innovative and creative? Do you believe that? Yes?
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent. We need a little bit of competence to extend that extent. And I recommend you to go and read a book that it is called 10 Types of Innovation. It can be applied to your roles perfectly well, to your companies perfectly well. We were challenged by our, let's say, people when we were in Italy, in this case, and the company was flat, not growing since 8 years. And the profitability of that company was the worst of the whole group. So one thing that we observe is that ignorance was very, very inside of the veins of our people. In terms of the company was not innovating, not creating new things, not going out. So we ran the program, 10 Types of Innovation, made by Deloitte as well. And we trained 400 people for 1 year. That company that we took in 2012, in 2016, was the most profitable company of the group, and we received the award for the best company that year by the CEO. And in the speech of the CEO, he said, I'm very I'm very happy to give this award because this is the most innovative company that I have ever been. So innovation, it is something that we believe that we don't have, but with a little bit of trick and a little bit of meditation, a little bit of spiritual work, and training, you can improve a lot. And, oops, sorry. And here. Okay. So, but this is a case that it happens, but you know, JP Morgan. They implemented also AI for collection. And they increased not only they reduced the overdue, but also they increased 20% the growth of the company because they implement AI in collection, as you were mentioning, Chris, before. You have these other two companies, Johnson Controls and Comscore. They are using RPA. Do you know what RPA is? Who is using RPA for collection? Okay. I'm sorry, but you are alone. But robotic process automation, it is something that you can implement today very cheap, probably to add a module of RPA in your company, your process. We are talking about $10,000. And you can automatize the process of collection. So these two companies did, and also Siemens, they are very good, let's say, in collection. They automatize, let's say, the systems, and they create a lot of benefits for the company. So we have to go into that direction of innovative ways and implementing digitalization, one of the elements that we have to it. Don't forget the human side, right? Don't forget that. I would like now to invite someone to help me here. I need a voluntary. Who would like to come?
Volunteer. Volunteer.
Volunteer.
Because I tell you why. You coming? Yes, please come. I tell you why. I think that we have to innovate ourselves. We have to believe that we can do that step that we believe that is impossible. I am not an AI expert. I am not. But I learned something. In the last 3-4 months, I started to learn. I went deep. I did a certification training for an AI expert. I am not an expert, but I'm intending to be. And I thought that what I'm going to show you now, it is something that, what I'm going to show you now, it is something that you may apply in your processes, at least for your internal customers. Do you suffer about your internal customers asking you 100 times the same question? Yes, right? So, yeah, I know. So, you know, repeat me your name.
Junaid.
Junaid. So, Junaid, listen. I would like you to talk with me, but
okay.
Okay? So come here, and you will talk with me a little bit. So you talk to him, okay? But think that it is me.
Okay.
Okay, so make any question that you want. It's coming.
Okay. It's there.
He will see you here. Can you correct the sound, please? Come here. He has to see you here in the camera.
Yeah. So hi Sergio, when can I get my supplies for the last order that we made?
So there is something that needs to be connected because.
Because the audio is really bad.
Oh, he died.
Oh my god. It's coming back.
I think this is a C3.
Yeah.
That's from Star Wars.
This is called digital twin. Have you ever seen a digital twin already? Who have seen that? You have seen it. You do everything, eh? You're a fantastic guy. Okay? Now you can ask again.
Hi Sergio, when can I get my order supplied which I placed last week?
Vic, I recommend checking directly with your supplier or the logistics team to confirm the delivery timeline. If there's been a delay, it might be worth asking if there's an updated schedule or tracking available. Let me know if you need help navigating this.
Continue. Ask more.
Once again, I didn't get any supplies.
Yeah.
Vic, I understand how frustrating that must be. I recommend reaching out to your supplier immediately to confirm the status of your order and request an updated delivery timeline. If you need help drafting a strong follow-up message or escalating the issue, let me know.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
One more question. But okay. One thing I want to say. I educated him. Okay, so he is already 3 months under education. Which education he has? He has my book, all my public information. My book is public, and I hope you get a copy afterwards. My LinkedIn profile is public. My CV is public. Everyone knows my CV, okay? So if you ask, for example, I had an exercise the other day, a person made me 44 questions. He was suffering because he was not able to grow his career. 44 questions. I arrived to support her, because it was a lady, to change her LinkedIn profile view. So what I'm trying to say is the answer will be much better in what you are educating, right? So he's not a logistic manager, absolutely. But if you have something about your leadership challenge, for example, your leadership challenge in Shell.
So how can I grow and transform into a transformation leader?
Very good question.
Transforming into a transformational leader begins with self-awareness and clarity of purpose. Start by identifying your core values and aligning them with your leadership vision. Focus on empowering others, driving meaningful change, and staying adaptable. Remember, leadership is about inspiring trust and fostering growth, not just managing tasks. If you like, I can guide you through specific strategies tailored to your journey. What's your biggest leadership challenge right now?
Amazing. Thank you very much, Perfect. Thank you.
So, thank you, Sergio. You have been very good. You impressed here, I think, the audience.
Excuse me. ¿Puede hablar en español?
Ah, yes.
Thank you, Victor.
Exactly. You were saying something about, I think that it is interesting. Sergio, ¿podemos hablar en español?
Por supuesto, Vic. Hablemos en español. ¿En qué puedo ayudarte ahora?
Ma sai una cosa, io preferirei parlare in italiano. Tu parli italiano?
Certamente, Vic. Parliamo in italiano. Dimmi pure come posso aiutarti.
Ah, ok.
What about Arabic?
Sergio, see, if you do this, you surprise me, even me. Do you speak in Arabic?
Unfortunately, I don't speak Arabic fluently.
No.
If there's something specific you'd like to discuss,
Inshallah.
feel free to share.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The meaning of this, it is, of course, you can go and oops, here, keynote, here, and play. Okay, so here there is a QR code if you would like to. Sorry. If you want the QR code, you go directly to my clone. It is in my page, in my blog, and you can go there and talk with the clone. For the moment, it's free. It has 30 years of experience inside, right? So tomorrow, it will not be free. So hurry up. Hurry up, you can use it. And if you would like, I mean, make any questions you will feel like, okay? Good? Yes. I'm very curious, you know, and I think that you asked me what I'm doing today, okay? Besides that, I'm a strategic advisor for CEOs and management teams. Let's say one of the biggest companies that I'm, let's say, giving advisory is the Al-Turki Holding in Saudi. I also continue my entrepreneurship part, and I created a company named Service Guru, And Service Guru, basically, it is a digital twin of a technical service for industrial products. So I hope to launch this, let's say, a new company. I mean, it is funded, but I will launch it in September, next September. And I think that I will revolutionize the industrial maintenance globally. So I'm going now for the second digital twin. And you know, tomorrow, this technician will multiply in many other technicians. So I will help the different digital twins to teach each other. So we will become very strong in competence development. So guys, this is something we can do for you, or you can do for you. I was imagining when I was willing to present this to you, if you have your digital twin for your credit and collection department, only for internal customers. Sales guys, they are asking for what are the terms and conditions of this? What are the, let's say, the credit situation of this customer? These questions are coming often. So maybe you can clone yourself. We're not doing anything wrong. You like it, huh? You like it? You like it? Okay, I like it very much as well. So guys, just to conclude, remember, you do not lead companies. You lead yourself and you lead people. Okay? Thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy it.